Well, good morning, Manna Church. Once again, Jeff Christensen here, and we're talking about saying what God says for this week's Morning Manna. So thus far, we've covered what that means, or the idea behind that, and also the first step yesterday, which is disavowing pride. Today, we're going to talk about step 2. So yesterday, with step 1, we discussed our human tendency to think that we're always right and we always know better than everyone else. And we have to recognize that's not true, and we have to renounce that. And that putting off pride or putting off self, it's the starting point for putting on God's truth. So we got to put off before we can put on. And that's actually a pretty common theme in the New Testament, especially with Paul. Well, step 2 is somewhat similar to step 1. It's more of the putting off that we need to action. And this has to do with renouncing or disavowing negativity. Now, that might sound a little weird or a little new agey or something, and I don't mean it that way at all. Actually, the Bible has a lot to say about things like fear and cynicism and other forms of negativity, pessimism, and so on. And I'm not usually a King James reader when I read the Bible, but I love 2 Corinthians 10:4 in the old King James. It says, "For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ." Imaginations or speculations, arguments, things that are happening up here that run wild in our minds and can dominate our thinking. That's the thing. That's what we have to see. We have to see it for what it is. We have to renounce those things and call them what they are. They're lies that are bent against God. And there's another passage, Philippians 4, verse 8. And you may be familiar with this one. "Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellence, if there's anything worthy of praise, think about these things." Think about these things. If we want to say what God says, then we need to meditate on those things, and we need to disavow negativity. So, you think on that, and we'll see you tomorrow for step 3.